Ever felt stuck despite your best efforts? The audiobook, The Power of Intrinsic Motivation, Self-Coaching Strategies for Self-Driven Success, holds the key. Discover how to tap into your deepest motivations and achieve lasting success. Imagine waking up every day driven by an unshakable inner fire, effortlessly pursuing your goals with passion and purpose. Don't let another day slip by feeling unfulfilled or directionless. Unlock your full potential and transform your life from within. Your journey to extraordinary success starts here. Before we go on, I invite you to download the free bundle, which contains the ebook version of this book and an executive summary of all the chapters with the key takeaways. Studies show that engaging with content through multiple formats significantly enhances learning and retention. Click on the first link in the description to claim your free bundle now and maximize your learning potential. Now it's free, but it won't be for long, so make sure to grab it while you can. Chapter 1. The Inner Spark. Imagine a world where every task you undertake is fueled by an inexhaustible wellspring of energy and enthusiasm. A world where your goals aren't just checkboxes on a to-do list, but beacons guiding you towards personal fulfillment and growth. This isn't a far-off fantasy. It's the reality that awaits when you harness the power of intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is the driving force that propels us forward, not because of external rewards or pressures, but because of the inherent satisfaction and joy we find in the activity itself. It's the difference between dragging yourself to the gym because you feel you should, and eagerly anticipating your workout because you love how it makes you feel. It's the spark that turns work into passion and challenges into opportunities. But here's the catch. Intrinsic motivation isn't something you're simply born with or without. It's a skill that can be cultivated, nurtured, and strengthened over time. And that's exactly what this book is about, providing you with the tools and strategies to ignite your inner spark and fan it into a roaring flame of self-driven success. As you embark on this journey, you'll discover that the first time you go through this book, you'll gain a foundational understanding of intrinsic motivation. You'll start to recognize your own motivational drivers, those unique factors that light you up from the inside. And you'll learn basic self-coaching techniques that will help you tap into and amplify your inner drive. But that's just the beginning. Over time, as you continue to apply these principles, you'll find yourself experiencing sustained, self-driven motivation in all areas of your life. You'll enhance your ability to set and achieve meaningful goals. Not just any goals, but ones that resonate deeply with your core values and aspirations. And perhaps most importantly, you'll develop greater resilience and adaptability in the face of challenges, turning obstacles into stepping stones on your path to success. So what's involved in this transformative process? The most important steps begin with understanding the core principles of intrinsic motivation. This isn't just about memorizing definitions. It's about truly grasping the psychology behind what drives us from within. You'll learn to differentiate between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, recognizing how each plays a role in your life and how to shift the balance towards internal drive. Next, you'll develop a self-coaching mindset. This is about becoming your own greatest ally and motivator. It's about learning to ask yourself the right questions, challenge your limiting beliefs, and push yourself towards growth in a way that's both compassionate and effective. As you progress, you'll assess your current motivation levels. This step is crucial because it provides a baseline, a starting point from which you can measure your growth. Through self-reflection exercises, you'll identify your unique motivational drivers and recognize the barriers that may be holding you back. Finally, you'll prepare mentally and emotionally for transformation. Change can be daunting, but with the right mindset and tools, it becomes an exciting adventure. You'll learn to set clear intentions for change, overcome the fear that often accompanies personal growth, and build a supportive environment that nurtures your evolving self. Why are these steps so important, and why have they been arranged in this particular order? The answer lies in the nature of lasting change. By establishing a strong foundation of understanding, we create a solid base upon which to build. Each step builds upon the previous one, creating a cohesive learning experience that allows for deeper understanding and integration of concepts. This approach facilitates not just surface-level change, but a fundamental shift in how you approach motivation and goal achievement. It's not about quick fixes or temporary boosts. It's about rewiring your motivational framework for long-term success. Now, let's delve deeper into understanding intrinsic motivation. At its core, intrinsic motivation is about doing something because it's inherently interesting, enjoyable, or aligned with your values. It's the opposite of extrinsic motivation, which relies on external rewards or pressures. Think about a time when you were so engrossed in an activity that you lost track of time. Maybe you were painting, solving a challenging problem, or engaged in a fascinating conversation. That state of flow, where the activity itself is the reward, is intrinsic motivation in action. The benefits of cultivating intrinsic motivation are numerous and far-reaching. When you're intrinsically motivated, you're more likely to persist in the face of challenges, to be creative and innovative, and to experience greater satisfaction and well-being. You're not just going through the motions, you're fully engaged and alive in what you're doing. Understanding the psychology behind internal drive is key to harnessing its power. Research has shown that intrinsic motivation is closely tied to three fundamental psychological needs: autonomy, the need to feel in control of our actions; competence, the need to feel capable and effective; and relatedness, the need to feel connected to others. When these needs are met, intrinsic motivation flourishes. This is where the power of self-coaching comes into play. Self-coaching is the practice of guiding yourself towards your goals and personal growth, much like a professional coach would, but with the added benefit of intimate self-knowledge. It's about becoming your own mentor, cheerleader, and accountability partner. Self-coaching enhances intrinsic motivation by putting you in the driver's seat of your personal development. It empowers you to set meaningful goals, create action plans, and navigate challenges with confidence. Through self-coaching, you learn to tap into your internal resources, amplify your strengths, and address your weaknesses with compassion and strategy. Developing a self-coaching mindset involves cultivating self-awareness, practicing self-reflection, and learning to ask yourself powerful questions. It's about shifting from a passive recipient of life's circumstances to an active creator of your experiences. As you develop this mindset, you'll find yourself naturally gravitating towards activities and goals that align with your intrinsic motivations. But before you can fully harness the power of intrinsic motivation, it's crucial to assess your current motivation levels. This involves taking an honest look at what drives you in different areas of your life. Are you pursuing your career goals because they truly excite you, or because of external pressures? Do your personal projects light you up from within, or do they feel like obligations? Through self-reflection exercises, you'll start to identify your unique motivational drivers. These are the activities, values, and goals that naturally energize and inspire you. They're different for everyone. What motivates one person might leave another cold. The key is to uncover what truly resonates with you. At the same time, it's important to recognize the barriers that may be holding you back from fully embracing intrinsic motivation. These could be limiting beliefs, fear of failure, or simply habits of relying on external motivators. By bringing these barriers into awareness, you take the first step towards overcoming them. As you prepare for transformation, setting clear intentions for change is crucial. This isn't about vague wishes or half-hearted resolutions. It's about defining, with clarity and conviction, the changes you want to make and the person you want to become. It's about aligning your actions with your deepest values and aspirations. Overcoming the fear of change is often one of the biggest hurdles in personal growth. It's natural to feel apprehensive about stepping out of your comfort zone. But remember, it's outside of that comfort zone where true growth happens. By acknowledging your fears and developing strategies to work through them, you pave the way for meaningful transformation. Building a supportive environment is the final piece of the preparation puzzle. This involves surrounding yourself with people who encourage your growth, creating spaces that nurture your intrinsic motivation, and establishing routines that support your new way of being. It's about creating an ecosystem where your inner spark can thrive and grow into a blazing fire of motivation. As we conclude this chapter, remember that the journey you're embarking on is not a sprint, but a marathon. It's about sustainable, long-term change that transforms not just what you do, but who you are. The concepts and strategies you'll learn in the coming chapters will build upon this foundation, providing you with a comprehensive toolkit for cultivating and sustaining intrinsic motivation. In the next chapter, we'll explore the powerful technique of personal mission mapping. This process will help you define your intrinsic why, the core purpose that drives you forward. By aligning your goals with your deepest values and passions, you'll create a roadmap for meaningful achievement that resonates with your authentic self. The spark of intrinsic motivation lies within you, waiting to be ignited. As you turn the page to the next chapter, you're taking the first step towards fanning that spark into a flame that will light your way to self-driven success and fulfillment. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and you've just taken it. Welcome to the path of intrinsic motivation. Your adventure starts now. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to Grow to the Top and activate notifications to receive more self-improvement tips that will supercharge your growth. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you for your support. Chapter 2, Personal Mission Mapping. Have you ever felt like you're drifting through life, unsure of your direction or purpose? It's a common experience, but it doesn't have to be your reality. Imagine instead a life where every decision you make, every goal you set, and every action you take is guided by a deep understanding of who you are and what truly matters to you. This is the power of personal mission mapping, and it's the key to unlocking a life of purpose, fulfillment, and intrinsic motivation. Personal mission mapping is more than just a fancy term or a one-time exercise. It's a journey of self-discovery and a powerful tool for aligning your life with your innermost values and passions. But what exactly does this process entail? And why is it so crucial for cultivating intrinsic motivation? At its core, personal mission mapping is about uncovering your intrinsic why, the fundamental reasons that drive you to do what you do. It's about peeling back the layers of external expectations and societal pressures to reveal the authentic you beneath. This process involves deep self-reflection, honest assessment, and creative visualization. But don't worry if that sounds daunting. We'll break it down into manageable steps and provide you with practical tools to guide you along the way. The importance of this process cannot be overstated. When you understand your intrinsic motivations, you tap into a wellspring of energy and enthusiasm that can fuel your pursuits far more effectively than any external reward. A clear mission provides you with direction and focus, acting as a North Star to guide your decisions and actions. And when your actions are aligned with your core values, you experience a sense of consistency and integrity that enhances your overall well-being and satisfaction with life. But how do we begin this journey of self-discovery? It starts with uncovering your core values, those fundamental beliefs that form the bedrock of who you are. Your core values are not just abstract concepts. They're the principles that guide your behavior and decision-making, often operating below the level of conscious awareness. To identify your core values, try this. Think about times in your life when you felt most fulfilled, proud, or at peace. What was happening in those moments? What principles were you honoring? These experiences can offer valuable clues about what truly matters to you. For instance, you might realize that you feel most alive when you're learning something new, indicating that growth or knowledge could be a core value for you. Or perhaps you find deep satisfaction in helping others, suggesting that compassion or service might be central to your value system. Once you've identified your core values, the next step is to examine how well your current actions align with these values. This can be an eye-opening exercise. You might discover areas of your life where you're living in perfect harmony with your values and others where there's a disconnect. Don't judge yourself harshly if you find misalignments. Awareness is the first step towards positive change. The process of aligning your actions with your values is ongoing. It involves making conscious choices, big and small, that honor what's most important to you. This might mean saying no to opportunities that don't align with your values, even if they're tempting on the surface. It could also mean seeking out new experiences that resonate with your core beliefs. As you work on aligning your actions with your values, you'll likely need to prioritize. We all have multiple values, and sometimes they can come into conflict. By clarifying what matters most to you, you'll be better equipped to navigate these conflicts when they arise. With a clearer understanding of your core values, the next step in personal mission mapping is to uncover your passions. Your passions are those activities or subjects that naturally engage and excite you, the things that make you lose track of time and fill you with energy rather than depleting it. Exploring your interests and hobbies is a great place to start. What do you enjoy doing in your free time? What topics can you discuss for hours without getting bored? What kinds of activities make you feel fully alive and present? Remember, passions don't have to be grand or world-changing. They can be as simple as enjoying nature, solving puzzles, or having deep conversations with friends. The key is to recognize what truly engages you, regardless of external rewards or recognition. As you identify these engaging activities, start to look for patterns. Are there common themes or elements that link your various interests? This can provide valuable insights into your underlying passions. The real magic happens when you start to connect your passions to a sense of purpose. How might your unique interests and skills contribute to something larger than yourself? This doesn't mean you need to change the world single-handedly. It could be as simple as recognizing how your passion for organization could help others reduce stress in their lives, or how your love of storytelling could inspire and entertain. With a deeper understanding of your values and passions, you're now ready to craft your personal mission statement. This is a concise, powerful declaration of your purpose and priorities in life. It's not about what you do, but why you do it and who you aspire to be. A powerful mission statement typically includes several key elements. It should reflect your values and passions, articulate the impact you want to have on the world or those around you, and be both aspirational and authentic to who you are. Here's a simple framework to help you get started. I will use my strengths, passions to impact you want to have because I value core values. This is just a starting point. Your mission statement should feel uniquely yours. Crafting your mission statement may take time and several iterations. Don't rush the process. Allow yourself to reflect, revise, and refine until you have a statement that truly resonates with you. When you read it, you should feel a sense of excitement and alignment. Once you have your mission statement, the challenge becomes living it daily. This means using it as a filter for your decisions and actions. When faced with choices, big or small, ask yourself, does this align with my mission? Over time, this practice will become more natural, and you'll find yourself naturally gravitating towards actions that support your mission. To reinforce your mission and keep it at the forefront of your mind, visualization techniques can be incredibly powerful. One effective method is creating a vision board, a visual representation of your mission, goals, and aspirations. This can be a physical board with images and words cut from magazines or a digital collage. The key is to include visuals that resonate with your mission and evoke the feelings you want to cultivate in your life. Mental imagery exercises can also be beneficial. Take time each day to close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself living out your mission. What does it look like? How does it feel? Engage all your senses in this visualization. The more real you can make it in your mind, the more motivated you'll be to make it a reality. With your mission clear and visualized, the next step is to align your goals with this overarching purpose. This is where your personal mission map really comes to life. Start by brainstorming goals in various areas of your life: career, relationships, personal growth, etc. For each goal, ask yourself, how does this support my mission? If you can't find a clear connection, it might be worth reconsidering that goal. Creating your mission map involves plotting out these aligned goals visually. You might draw it as an actual map, with your mission at the center and various paths leading to your different goals. Or you could create a mind map showing how different goals and actions connect to your core mission. The format isn't as important as the process of seeing how everything connects. Remember, your personal mission map isn't set in stone. Life changes, and so do we. Make it a practice to regularly review and adjust your map. Are your goals still aligned with your mission? Has your mission evolved? This ongoing process of reflection and adjustment ensures that your map remains a relevant and powerful tool for guiding your life. As you work through this process of personal mission mapping, you'll likely encounter some challenges. It's normal to feel overwhelmed at times. The solution is to break the process down into smaller, manageable steps. Take it one piece at a time. Maybe spend a week just focusing on identifying your values, then move on to exploring your passions. There's no rush, and taking breaks when needed can actually enhance the process by allowing time for subconscious reflection. You might also find it difficult to identify your core values or passions. If this happens, try reflecting on past experiences that brought you joy or a sense of fulfillment. What was it about those experiences that resonated with you? You can also seek feedback from trusted friends or family members. Sometimes others can see patterns in our behavior and preferences that we miss ourselves. Another common pitfall is crafting a mission statement that feels inauthentic or overly grandiose. If your statement doesn't feel quite right, give yourself permission to revise it. Revisit your values and passions and allow more time for reflection. Your mission statement should inspire you, but it should also feel genuinely aligned with who you are. As you progress through your personal mission mapping journey, you'll likely experience a range of outcomes. At a minimum, you'll gain clarity on what truly motivates you, a valuable insight in itself. With more engagement in the process, you might craft a mission statement that resonates deeply, providing a sense of purpose and direction in your life. The best possible outcome is living a life that's authentically aligned with your personal mission. This doesn't mean every moment will be perfect or easy, but it does mean that your actions and goals will consistently reflect what's most important to you. This alignment is the key to sustained intrinsic motivation and a profound sense of fulfillment. Personal mission mapping is a powerful tool for unlocking your intrinsic motivation and guiding you towards a life of purpose and fulfillment. By understanding your core values, uncovering your passions, crafting a meaningful mission statement, and aligning your goals with this mission, you create a roadmap for sustained, self-driven success. But remember, this is just one piece of the puzzle. In the next chapter, we'll explore another crucial aspect of cultivating intrinsic motivation. We'll delve into a concept that has the power to transform how you view yourself and your capabilities. Are you ready to discover the hidden force that can propel you towards your goals with unprecedented confidence and determination? Turn the page, and let's unlock the next key to your self-driven success. Chapter 3: Self-Efficacy Building. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly tackle challenges and achieve their goals, while others struggle to even get started? The answer might lie in a powerful psychological concept that has the potential to transform your life. It's a force so potent that it can make the difference between giving up at the first hurdle and persevering until you reach your dreams. This chapter is about unlocking that force within you. It's about cultivating a mindset that will propel you forward even when the path ahead seems daunting. But what exactly is this mysterious power, and how can you harness it to fuel your intrinsic motivation? At its core, this chapter is about belief. Not just any belief, but a specific type of belief that has been proven time and time again to be a key predictor of success. It's about the belief you hold in your own abilities, your capacity to learn, grow, and achieve. This belief is known as self-efficacy, and it's the foundation upon which all your other efforts are built. But what exactly is self-efficacy? It's more than just self-confidence or self-esteem. Self-efficacy is your belief in your capacity to execute the behaviors necessary to produce specific performance attainments. In simpler terms, it's your belief that you can successfully perform a particular task or achieve a specific goal. The concept of self-efficacy was introduced by psychologist Albert Bandura, who recognized its profound impact on human behavior and motivation. According to Bandura, people with high self-efficacy view challenging problems as tasks to be mastered, develop deeper interest in the activities in which they participate, form a stronger sense of commitment to their interests and activities, and recover quickly from setbacks and disappointments. Why is this so important? Because your belief in your abilities directly influences your motivation, your actions, and ultimately, your results. When you believe you can accomplish something, you're more likely to take action towards that goal. You're more likely to persist in the face of obstacles, to bounce back from failures, and to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable barriers. Think about it this way. Have you ever avoided trying something new because you were convinced you'd fail? Or perhaps you've given up on a goal because you hit a roadblock and decided it was beyond your capabilities. These are examples of low self-efficacy in action. On the flip side, when you have high self-efficacy, you approach tasks with confidence, set higher goals for yourself, and are more likely to achieve them. The impact of self-efficacy on motivation cannot be overstated. When you believe in your abilities, you're more likely to be intrinsically motivated. You'll engage in activities for the sheer enjoyment and satisfaction they bring, rather than for external rewards or to avoid punishment. This intrinsic motivation is far more powerful and sustainable than extrinsic motivation, as we discussed in earlier chapters. Moreover, self-efficacy creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you believe you can achieve something, you're more likely to take the actions necessary to make it happen. This leads to success, which in turn reinforces your belief in your abilities, creating a positive cycle of achievement and growth. So, how can we build and strengthen our self-efficacy? One powerful technique is the use of daily affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that challenge and overcome self-sabotaging and negative thoughts. When you repeat them often and believe in them, you can start to make positive changes in your life. Crafting effective affirmations is an art. They should be positive, specific, and in the present tense. Instead of saying, "I will be confident," try, "I am confident and capable." Make your affirmations personal and focus on the traits and abilities you want to strengthen. For example, "I have the skills and determination to overcome any challenge I face." Incorporating affirmations into your daily routine is crucial for their effectiveness. You might start your day by repeating your affirmations in front of a mirror or write them down in a journal before bed. The key is consistency. Make it a habit and give it time to work. It's natural to feel some skepticism about affirmations at first. You might feel silly talking to yourself in the mirror or doubt that simply repeating positive statements can really make a difference. But remember, the goal is to rewire your thought patterns over time. Even if you don't fully believe the affirmations at first, consistent practice can gradually shift your mindset. Another powerful strategy for building self-efficacy is tracking your progress and achievements. When you can see tangible evidence of your growth and success, it becomes much easier to believe in your abilities. Progress tracking is important for several reasons. First, it provides concrete proof of your capabilities, which can boost your confidence. Second, it helps you recognize patterns in your behavior and performance, allowing you to identify what works and what doesn't. Finally, it gives you the opportunity to celebrate your wins, no matter how small, which is crucial for maintaining motivation. There are many tools and methods you can use for progress tracking. You might keep a journal where you record your daily achievements and reflections. Or you could use a digital app to track specific metrics related to your goals. The important thing is to find a method that works for you and stick with it. Don't underestimate the power of celebrating small wins. Every step forward, no matter how tiny it might seem, is progress. By acknowledging and celebrating these small victories, you reinforce your belief in your ability to achieve your larger goals. As you work on building your self-efficacy, you'll likely encounter one of the biggest obstacles to belief in yourself: limiting beliefs. These are the negative thoughts and assumptions that hold you back from reaching your full potential. They're often so ingrained that we don't even realize we have them. Identifying negative thought patterns is the first step in overcoming limiting beliefs. Pay attention to your self-talk. Do you often think things like, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never be able to do that"? These are classic examples of limiting beliefs. Once you've identified these negative patterns, you can start to challenge them. One effective technique is to look for evidence that contradicts your limiting belief. For example, if you believe you're not creative, think about times when you've come up with innovative solutions or expressed yourself in unique ways. Another powerful technique is to reframe your limiting beliefs into empowering ones. Instead of, "I'm not good at public speaking," try, "I'm learning and improving my public speaking skills with every opportunity." This shift in perspective can open up new possibilities and motivate you to take action. Building momentum through small wins is another crucial aspect of strengthening your self-efficacy. When you set and achieve small, manageable goals, you create a pattern of success that boosts your confidence and motivates you to take on bigger challenges. Start by setting achievable tasks that align with your larger goals. These should be small enough that you can accomplish them relatively easily, but significant enough to move you forward. As you complete these tasks, take time to acknowledge your success. This positive reinforcement will fuel your motivation and build your belief in your abilities. Use each small win as a stepping stone to the next goal. As you achieve more, you'll find your confidence growing and you'll be ready to take on more significant challenges. The key is to maintain consistency. Regular, sustained effort towards your goals will yield far better results than sporadic bursts of intense activity. To help you put these concepts into practice, here are some practical exercises you can try. Craft personalized affirmations that resonate with you. Remember to make them positive, specific, and in the present tense. Write them down and commit to repeating them daily for at least a month. Start a daily achievement journal. Each day, write down at least 3 things you accomplished, no matter how small. This practice will help you recognize your progress and build momentum. Create a limiting beliefs identification worksheet. List any negative thoughts or assumptions you have about yourself or your abilities. Then, for each limiting belief, write down evidence that contradicts it and a more empowering alternative belief. Develop a small goal setting and accomplishment plan. Break down your larger goals into smaller, manageable tasks. Schedule these tasks and track your progress as you complete them. As you engage in these practices, you may experience a range of outcomes. At a minimum, you'll likely gain increased awareness of your personal strengths. This alone can be transformative, as it allows you to leverage your natural talents more effectively. With consistent effort, you may find your confidence improving, leading you to take on new challenges you might have previously avoided. This is an excellent outcome, as it expands your comfort zone and opens up new opportunities for growth and achievement. The best possible outcome is developing a strong, unwavering belief in your abilities that propels you to achieve ambitious goals. This level of self-efficacy can be truly life-changing, enabling you to pursue your dreams with confidence and resilience. Of course, building self-efficacy is not without its challenges. You might find yourself practicing affirmations inconsistently, struggling to identify your limiting beliefs, or feeling discouraged by setbacks. These are all normal parts of the process. If you find yourself struggling with consistency, try setting reminders or integrating your new practices into existing routines. For example, you could repeat your affirmations while brushing your teeth or write in your achievement journal right before bed. If you're having difficulty identifying limiting beliefs, try reflecting more deeply on your thoughts and behaviors. You might also consider seeking guidance from a mentor or trusted friend who can offer an outside perspective. When faced with setbacks, remember that they're a normal part of any growth process. Try to reframe these challenges as learning opportunities. Review your past small wins to remind yourself of your capabilities and use the setback as motivation to push forward. Remember, building self-efficacy is a journey, not a destination. It's a skill that you can continue to develop and strengthen throughout your life. As you cultivate a stronger belief in your abilities, you'll find yourself more intrinsically motivated, more resilient in the face of challenges, and more capable of achieving your goals. As we conclude this chapter on self-efficacy building, you might be wondering what's next on your journey towards intrinsic motivation and self-driven success. We've explored the power of belief in your abilities, but there's another crucial element that can supercharge your motivation and drive. It's a force that, when harnessed correctly, can give you an unparalleled sense of ownership over your life and actions. Are you ready to discover the key to unlocking your full potential and taking control of your destiny? Turn the page and let's embark on the next phase of your transformative journey. Chapter 4: Autonomy Creation. Have you ever felt like you're living someone else's life? As if the choices you make and the actions you take are guided more by external pressures and expectations than by your own desires and values? If so, you're not alone. Many people go through life feeling like passengers rather than drivers, reacting to circumstances rather than actively shaping their own path. But what if there was a way to take the wheel of your life, to feel a sense of ownership and control over your choices, your time, and your direction? This chapter is about unlocking that potential within you. It's about a powerful force that, when harnessed correctly, can transform your motivation, boost your satisfaction, and lead to better outcomes in all areas of your life. This force is autonomy, and it's at the heart of intrinsic motivation. But what exactly is autonomy, and why is it so crucial to our well-being and success? At its core, autonomy is about choice. It's the feeling that you have control over your actions and decisions, that you're the author of your own story. When you have autonomy, you're not just going through the motions or following a script written by others. Instead, you're actively choosing your path, guided by your own values, goals, and interests. The power of autonomy as a motivational driver cannot be overstated. When we feel in control of our lives, we're naturally more engaged, more committed, and more satisfied with our experiences. Think about a time when you were forced to do something you didn't want to do. Now compare that to a time when you chose to take on a challenging task because it aligned with your personal goals. The difference in your motivation and enjoyment was likely significant. But autonomy isn't just about doing whatever you want whenever you want. With autonomy comes responsibility. When you take control of your choices, you also take ownership of the outcomes. This can be empowering, but it also requires a level of maturity and self-awareness. You need to be willing to make decisions, face the consequences, and learn from both your successes and your failures. The first step in creating more autonomy in your life is recognizing where it's lacking. Take a moment to reflect on different areas of your life: your work, your relationships, your personal time. Where do you feel like you're in control, and where do you feel constrained or directed by others? This awareness is crucial because you can't change what you don't acknowledge. Once you've identified areas where you lack autonomy, it's time to assess what's within your control and what isn't. This is a critical distinction because trying to control things that are genuinely outside your influence can lead to frustration and stress. On the other hand, recognizing and focusing on what you can control is empowering and motivating. Consider conducting a personal control audit. Make a list of various aspects of your life and categorize them as either controllable or uncontrollable. For the controllable factors, think about how you can exert more influence. For the uncontrollable ones, consider how you can adjust your perspective or response to them. With a clear understanding of what you can control, you can start implementing strategies to increase your personal autonomy. This might involve having honest conversations with others about your needs and boundaries, delegating tasks that don't align with your priorities, or simply making more conscious choices about how you spend your time and energy. Speaking of time, effective time management is a crucial aspect of autonomy creation. When you're in control of your time, you're in control of your life. But this doesn't mean cramming every minute with productive activities. Instead, it's about aligning your use of time with your personal mission and values. Start by prioritizing tasks that are most aligned with your goals and values. These are the activities that will give you the greatest sense of satisfaction and progress. Then, use techniques for efficient scheduling to ensure you're making the most of your time. This might involve time blocking, where you dedicate specific periods to certain types of tasks, or using the Pomodoro technique to maintain focus and avoid burnout. One of the biggest enemies of effective time management is procrastination. We often put off important tasks because they seem daunting or unpleasant, but procrastination is essentially giving up your autonomy. You're letting fear or discomfort dictate your actions rather than making a conscious choice. To combat procrastination, try breaking large tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. Set clear deadlines for yourself and consider using accountability partners to help keep you on track. As you work on creating more autonomy in your life, you'll find that your decision-making skills become increasingly important. After all, having the freedom to choose is only valuable if you can make good choices. Understanding your own decision-making processes is the first step. Are you impulsive or overly cautious? Do you tend to overthink or make decisions based on gut feelings? There are various tools you can use to enhance your decision-making. One effective method is the pros and cons list, where you write out the potential positive and negative outcomes of each option. Another is the future self technique, where you imagine how your future self would feel about each possible decision. The key is to find methods that work for you and help you make choices aligned with your values and goals. Perhaps most importantly, learn to trust your judgment. This doesn't mean never seeking advice or input from others, but it does mean having confidence in your ability to make decisions for yourself. Remember, you're the expert on your own life and experiences. As you practice making decisions and dealing with the outcomes, your confidence in your judgment will grow. An often overlooked but crucial aspect of autonomy is setting and maintaining boundaries. Boundaries are the limits you set in your relationships and interactions with others. They define what you're willing to accept, what you're comfortable with, and how you expect to be treated. Without clear boundaries, it's easy to feel like your life is being directed by the needs and expectations of others rather than your own choices. Recognizing the need for boundaries is the first step. Pay attention to situations where you feel resentful, overwhelmed, or taken advantage of. These are often signs that your boundaries are being crossed. Then, work on communicating your boundaries clearly and assertively. This doesn't mean being aggressive or confrontational, but rather expressing your needs and limits in a calm, respectful manner. Upholding your boundaries consistently is crucial. It's not enough to set boundaries, you need to enforce them. This can be challenging, especially if you're used to putting others' needs before your own. But remember, maintaining healthy boundaries is not selfish. It's an essential part of self-care and autonomy. To help you put these concepts into practice, consider trying some practical exercises. Create a personal control audit worksheet where you list various aspects of your life and categorize them as controllable or uncontrollable. Develop a time management planner that aligns with your personal mission and priorities. Work through a decision-making process worksheet for an important choice you're facing. And practice boundary setting through role-playing scenarios, either with a friend or in your imagination. As you work on creating more autonomy in your life, you may experience a range of outcomes. At a minimum, you're likely to gain improved control over your daily tasks. This alone can significantly reduce stress and increase your sense of accomplishment. With continued effort, you may find yourself experiencing enhanced autonomy that leads to greater motivation and engagement in all areas of your life. The best possible outcome is achieving a fully autonomous life where you consistently make empowered choices aligned with your personal mission. In this state, you're not just reacting to life, but actively shaping it according to your values and goals. This level of autonomy can lead to profound satisfaction, improved well-being, and the ability to achieve things you might have once thought impossible. Of course, the journey to greater autonomy is not without its challenges. You might find yourself overcommitting and feeling overwhelmed as you take on more responsibility for your choices. The solution here is to prioritize ruthlessly and learn to say no to things that don't align with your goals or values. Remember, autonomy isn't about doing everything. It's about choosing what's truly important to you. You may also face resistance from others as you set new boundaries. Some people in your life might be used to you always being available or putting their needs first. Communicate assertively about your needs and explain why these changes are important to you. Most people will respect your boundaries once they understand them, but be prepared to enforce them consistently. Breaking old habits can be another significant challenge. We often fall into patterns of behavior that limit our autonomy without even realizing it. The key is to implement gradual changes and seek support when necessary. Small, consistent steps towards greater autonomy are more sustainable than trying to overhaul your entire life overnight. Remember, creating autonomy is not about achieving perfect control over every aspect of your life. There will always be external factors and unexpected events that influence your path. The goal is to increase your sense of agency and ownership over your choices and actions, even in the face of challenges or constraints. As you continue to cultivate autonomy in your life, you'll likely find that your intrinsic motivation grows stronger. You'll feel more engaged in your activities, more satisfied with your choices, and more resilient in the face of obstacles. This is the power of autonomy. It transforms you from a passive participant in your life to an active creator of your experiences. But autonomy is just one piece of the puzzle when it comes to unlocking your full potential for intrinsic motivation and self-driven success. As we conclude this chapter, you might be wondering what other factors can amplify your motivation and drive you towards your goals. There's another powerful force that, when combined with autonomy, can elevate your performance and satisfaction to new heights. It's a state of being that many of us have experienced fleetingly, but few have learned to cultivate consistently. Are you ready to discover the key to unlocking peak performance and deep engagement in your pursuits? Turn the page and let's explore the next crucial element in your journey towards self-driven success. Chapter 5, Task Mastery. Have you ever experienced a moment when time seemed to stand still, yet fly by simultaneously? A state where you were so deeply engrossed in what you were doing that the rest of the world faded away. If you have, then you've had a taste of one of the most powerful and fulfilling experiences available to us as human beings. This state, often described as being in the zone, is more than just a fleeting moment of focus. It's a gateway to profound satisfaction, peak performance, and lasting intrinsic motivation. But what exactly is this state? And how can we harness it to not just improve our performance, but to fundamentally transform our relationship with the tasks we undertake? This chapter is about unlocking that potential within you, about mastering not just the tasks you face, but the very process of mastery itself. At its core, this chapter is about a concept known as flow. Flow is a state of mind where you become fully immersed in an activity, experiencing a sense of energized focus, full involvement, and enjoyment in the process. It's a state where challenge meets skill in perfect balance, where your abilities are stretched just enough to meet the task at hand, creating a sense of effortless action. But flow isn't just about feeling good. It's a powerful tool for achieving mastery in any field or endeavor. When you're in a state of flow, you're operating at your peak. Your productivity soars, your creativity flourishes, and you're able to push the boundaries of your skills and knowledge. Moreover, The experience of flow is intrinsically rewarding, creating a positive feedback loop that fuels your motivation to engage in the activity again and again. So why is mastery so important? First and foremost, mastery leads to increased confidence and competence. As you develop and refine your skills, you build a solid foundation of ability that allows you to tackle increasingly complex challenges. This growing sense of competence feeds directly into your intrinsic motivation, as you begin to derive satisfaction not just from the outcomes of your efforts, but from the very act of engaging in the task itself. Moreover, as you progress towards mastery, you're more likely to experience flow states. These periods of deep engagement and peak performance not only enhance your productivity, but also your enjoyment of the task. The more you experience flow, the more you'll be drawn to the activities that induce it, creating a virtuous cycle of engagement and improvement. Finally, continuous skill development keeps you fulfilled. In a world that's constantly changing and evolving, the ability to learn and adapt is crucial. By cultivating a mindset of ongoing mastery, you ensure that you're always growing, always challenging yourself, and always finding new sources of satisfaction and motivation in your pursuits. But what exactly characterizes a flow state? How can we recognize when we're in flow? And more importantly, how can we create the conditions that foster it? Flow is typically characterized by several key elements. First, there's a merging of action and awareness. You're so focused on the task at hand that you lose self-consciousness. Time seems to distort, often passing much faster than you realize. You have a sense of personal control over the situation, and the activity becomes autotelic, rewarding in and of itself. The benefits of experiencing flow are numerous. Beyond the immediate boost to performance and enjoyment, regular experiences of flow can lead to increased creativity, accelerated skill development, and a greater sense of well-being and life satisfaction. Flow experiences can even help build resilience, as they teach us to find enjoyment and engagement even in challenging situations. To foster flow, certain conditions need to be met. The task at hand must be challenging enough to engage your skills fully, but not so difficult as to provoke anxiety. You need clear goals and immediate feedback on your progress. The environment should be free from distractions, allowing for deep concentration. And perhaps most importantly, you need to have the skills necessary to meet the challenge of the task. This last point brings us to a crucial aspect of achieving mastery and experiencing flow, the process of skill development. Mastery isn't about being naturally gifted or talented. It's about dedicated, focused practice and continuous improvement. But not all practice is created equal. To truly progress towards mastery, we need to engage in what's known as deliberate practice. Deliberate practice is a highly structured activity with the specific goal of improving performance. It's not about mindless repetition, but about pushing yourself just beyond your current abilities, focusing intently on improving particular aspects of your performance and consistently seeking feedback. To engage in deliberate practice effectively, you first need to identify the core skills needed for your chosen area of mastery. This often involves breaking down complex tasks into their component parts. For instance, if you're aiming to master public speaking, you might break it down into skills like voice projection, body language, content organization, and audience engagement. Once you've identified these core skills, you can set specific skill development milestones. These milestones should be challenging but achievable, pushing you to grow without overwhelming you. They provide a roadmap for your journey towards mastery, allowing you to track your progress and maintain motivation over the long term. Designing effective practice sessions is crucial for deliberate practice. Each session should have a specific focus and clear objectives. You might dedicate one session to improving a particular technique and another to integrating multiple skills. The key is to maintain high levels of concentration and to constantly push yourself just beyond your current capabilities. Feedback is another essential component of deliberate practice. This can come from a mentor, coach, or peers, but it can also come from self-assessment. The important thing is that the feedback is specific, timely, and actionable. It should highlight areas for improvement and guide your future practice efforts. As you engage in deliberate practice and progress towards mastery, you'll need to continually balance challenge and skill. This balance is crucial for maintaining motivation and achieving flow states. If a task is too easy, you'll quickly become bored. If it's too difficult, you'll feel anxious and overwhelmed. The sweet spot lies in the middle, where the challenge stretches your abilities without breaking them. This means you'll need to constantly adjust the difficulty of your tasks as your skills improve. This might involve taking on more complex projects, setting tighter deadlines, or adding additional parameters to your work. The goal is to stay engaged and motivated, always pushing the boundaries of your abilities. Self-assessment plays a crucial role in this process. Regularly monitoring your progress allows you to make necessary adjustments to your practice regimen. Are you improving as quickly as you'd like? Are there areas where you're plateauing? By keeping a close eye on your development, you can tailor your efforts for maximum effectiveness. This process of continuous assessment and adjustment requires embracing a growth mindset. This is the belief that your abilities are not fixed, but can be developed through dedication and hard work. With a growth mindset, setbacks become learning opportunities, challenges become exciting rather than daunting, and the journey of mastery becomes a rewarding adventure in itself. To help you put these concepts into practice, consider trying some practical exercises. A skill gap analysis worksheet can help you identify areas for improvement and set targeted practice goals. Creating a deliberate practice schedule ensures you're consistently working towards your mastery goals. Identifying your personal flow state triggers can help you create the conditions for peak performance more consistently. And keeping a self-assessment journal allows you to track your progress and reflect on your growth over time. As you work towards task mastery, you may experience a range of outcomes. At a minimum, you're likely to see improved proficiency in your targeted skills. This alone can boost your confidence and open up new opportunities. With continued effort, you may find yourself regularly experiencing flow states, leading to increased productivity and enjoyment in your chosen activities. The best possible outcome is achieving true mastery in your field. This doesn't mean you've learned everything there is to know. True masters never stop learning. Rather, it means you've reached a level of skill and understanding that allows you to perform at an exceptional level, to innovate and create in ways others can't, and to derive deep satisfaction from your work. Of course, the journey to mastery is not without its challenges. You may experience frustration due to slow progress, especially in the beginning. The key here is to set realistic goals and celebrate small improvements. Remember, mastery is a long-term journey, not an overnight transformation. You might also risk burnout from excessive practice. While dedication is crucial, balance is equally important. Make sure to incorporate rest and recovery into your routine. This not only prevents burnout, but can actually accelerate your progress by allowing time for consolidation and reflection. Some people find it difficult to enter flow states consistently. If this is the case for you, focus on minimizing distractions in your environment and fine-tuning the balance between challenge and skill in your tasks. Sometimes, small adjustments can make a big difference in your ability to achieve flow. Remember, the pursuit of mastery is not about achieving perfection. It's about continuous growth and improvement. It's about finding joy and satisfaction in the process of learning and developing your skills. As you progress on this journey, you'll likely find that your intrinsic motivation grows stronger. The tasks you once found challenging become enjoyable challenges, and you'll be driven by a genuine love for what you do rather than external rewards or pressures. As we conclude this chapter on task mastery and flow, you might be wondering what other tools you can use to amplify your intrinsic motivation and drive towards success. We've explored the power of immersing yourself in the process of skill development and the joy of experiencing flow. But there's another powerful technique that can complement these strategies, one that harnesses the incredible power of your mind to shape your reality. Are you ready to discover a method that can dramatically enhance your motivation and performance even before you take a single action? Turn the page, and let's unlock the next key to your self-driven success. Chapter 6, Progress Visualization. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself achieving your most cherished goal. Picture every detail vividly, the sights, sounds, and feelings associated with that moment of triumph. How does it make you feel? Excited? Confident? Motivated? This simple act you've just performed is more powerful than you might realize. It's a glimpse into a technique that has the potential to dramatically accelerate your journey towards success and fulfillment. But what exactly is this technique, and why is it so effective? Throughout this chapter, we'll explore a method that allows you to harness the incredible power of your mind to shape your reality. It's a practice used by top performers across various fields, from athletes to entrepreneurs, to enhance their performance and achieve their goals. This technique is known as progress visualization, and it's about much more than just daydreaming about success. At its core, progress visualization is about mentally rehearsing your path to success. It's a structured and intentional practice of imagining not just your end goal, but the steps you'll take to get there. By vividly picturing your progress and success in your mind's eye, you're actually preparing yourself, both mentally and physically, for real-world achievement. But why is visualization so important? First and foremost, visualization enhances performance and goal attainment. When you consistently visualize yourself progressing towards your goals and ultimately achieving them, you're more likely to take the actions necessary to make those visions a reality. It's as if you're creating a mental blueprint for success, which your mind and body then work to follow. Moreover, mental rehearsal through visualization builds confidence and reduces anxiety. By repeatedly imagining yourself successfully navigating challenges and achieving your goals, you build a sense of familiarity and competence. When you actually face those situations in real life, they feel less daunting because, in a sense, you've already experienced them in your mind. Perhaps most fascinatingly, engaging in visualization actually strengthens the neural pathways related to success. Your brain doesn't always distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you visualize, you're essentially giving your brain a dress rehearsal for success, reinforcing the neural connections associated with the skills and actions needed to achieve your goals. But how exactly does visualization affect the brain? The science behind visualization is truly remarkable. When you engage in vivid visualization, your brain activates many of the same neural pathways that would be activated if you were actually performing the visualized action. This includes areas responsible for movement, perception, and even emotional processing. This is why visualization is much more than just daydreaming. While daydreaming is often passive and unfocused, effective visualization is an active, structured process. It involves deliberately creating detailed mental images and scenarios related to your goals and the steps needed to achieve them. Unlike daydreaming, which can sometimes lead to procrastination, proper visualization motivates you to take action. The benefits of mental rehearsal through visualization are numerous. Beyond enhancing performance and building confidence, it can improve focus, increase motivation, and even help you develop new skills more quickly. By repeatedly visualizing yourself performing a task or skill, you're essentially giving yourself extra practice time, even when you're not physically engaged in the activity. To truly harness the power of visualization, it's crucial to create vivid mental images. This means engaging all your senses in the visualization process. Don't just see yourself achieving your goal. Hear the sounds associated with that achievement. Feel the emotions you'd experience. Even imagine the smells and tastes that might be present in that moment of success. For instance, if you're visualizing giving a successful presentation, don't just see yourself standing confidently at the podium. Hear the sound of your voice resonating through the room. Feel the texture of the note cards in your hands. Sense the positive energy from your engaged audience. The more detailed and multi-sensory your visualization, the more powerful its impact will be. There are various techniques you can use to create more detailed imagery in your visualizations. One effective method is the movie technique, where you imagine your goal achievement as if it were a movie playing in your mind. Start with a wide-angle view of the scene, then zoom in on specific details. Play with different perspectives. See yourself achieving your goal from your own point of view, then switch to seeing yourself from an outside perspective. Another powerful technique is to use trigger images, vivid, symbolic images that represent your goals or the feelings associated with achieving them. These can be easier to recall quickly and can evoke strong emotional responses, reinforcing your motivation. Incorporating visualization into your daily routine is key to maximizing its benefits. Morning visualization practices can set a positive and motivated tone for your day. Spend a few minutes each morning visualizing yourself successfully navigating the day ahead, accomplishing your tasks with ease and confidence. Evening reflection and visualization can be equally powerful. Before bed, take time to review your day, visualizing what went well and how you'd like to improve. Then, spend some time visualizing your progress towards your longer-term goals. This practice not only reinforces your goals, but can also improve the quality of your sleep by putting your mind in a positive state. You can also combine visualization with other techniques we've discussed in previous chapters. For instance, you might visualize yourself entering a state of flow while working on a challenging task, or imagine yourself confidently setting and maintaining boundaries in various situations. One particularly powerful application of visualization is in overcoming obstacles. By anticipating potential challenges and mentally rehearsing how you'll successfully navigate them, you build resilience and problem-solving skills. This doesn't mean dwelling on negative scenarios, but rather preparing yourself to handle difficulties with confidence and grace. When visualizing the successful navigation of obstacles, be sure to include the emotions you'll feel as you overcome each challenge. Feel the initial anxiety or uncertainty, then the determination as you face the obstacle, and finally the sense of accomplishment as you successfully move past it. This emotional journey is a crucial part of building mental resilience. Speaking of emotions, amplifying the emotional connection in your visualizations can significantly enhance their effectiveness. Emotions are powerful motivators, and by tapping into positive emotions during your visualization practice, you can reinforce your motivation and commitment to your goals. Try to evoke the feelings of joy, pride, and satisfaction you'll experience when you achieve your goals. Really allow yourself to feel these emotions as vividly as possible during your visualizations. The more you can connect with these positive emotions, the more motivated you'll be to take action towards your goals in real life. To help you get started with visualization, here are some practical exercises you can try. Begin with guided visualization scripts. These can be audio recordings or written scripts that walk you through a detailed visualization process. As you become more comfortable with the practice, you can create your own personalized scripts. Visualization journaling is another effective technique. After each visualization session, write down what you saw, felt, and experienced. This not only reinforces the visualization, but also allows you to track your progress and refine your practice over time. Practicing obstacle rehearsal scenarios can build your problem-solving skills and resilience. Identify potential challenges you might face in pursuing your goals, then visualize yourself successfully overcoming these obstacles. Be sure to include multiple possible solutions in your visualizations to build mental flexibility. Emotional anchoring techniques can help you quickly access the positive emotions associated with your goals. Choose a physical gesture, like touching your thumb and forefinger together, and pair it with the feeling of success and achievement in your visualizations. With practice, performing this gesture can help you quickly recall those positive emotions in real-life situations. As you incorporate visualization into your routine, you may experience a range of outcomes. At a minimum, you're likely to gain improved focus and clarity on your goals. The process of regularly visualizing your objectives keeps them at the forefront of your mind, helping you stay motivated and on track. With consistent practice, you may find your confidence increasing and performance anxiety decreasing. As you repeatedly visualize yourself succeeding, you build a strong belief in your ability to achieve your goals. This enhanced self-efficacy can have a profound impact on your real-world performance. The best possible outcome is accelerated achievement of your goals through consistent mental rehearsal. By regularly visualizing your progress and success, you're more likely to recognize opportunities, take decisive action, and persist in the face of challenges. This can significantly speed up your journey towards your objectives. Of course, like any skill, visualization can present some challenges. You might find it difficult to maintain focus during your visualization sessions, especially when you're just starting out. The solution is to practice mindfulness techniques and gradually build up the duration of your visualization sessions. Start with just a few minutes at a time and work your way up. Sometimes, visualization can feel unrealistic or forced, particularly if you're visualizing goals that feel very far from your current reality. In these cases, start with more achievable scenarios and gradually expand to more ambitious visualizations as your confidence grows. Remember, the goal is to stretch your beliefs about what's possible, not to create doubt or disbelief. There's also a risk of neglecting action in favor of visualization. While visualization is a powerful tool, it's not a substitute for real-world action. Always balance your mental rehearsal with practical steps toward your goals. Use visualization as a complement to action, not a replacement for it. As you continue to practice progress visualization, you'll likely find that your intrinsic motivation grows stronger. The vivid mental images of your progress and success serve as powerful internal motivators, driving you forward even when external rewards aren't immediately apparent. You'll be propelled by the anticipation of the positive emotions and sense of achievement you've repeatedly experienced in your visualizations. Remember, visualization is a skill that improves with practice. Don't be discouraged if your early attempts feel vague or unproductive. With time and consistent effort, your visualizations will become more vivid, detailed, and impactful. The key is to make visualization a regular part of your routine, just like any other important habit. As we conclude this chapter on progress visualization, you might be wondering how to ensure that your newly visualized path to success stays on track. We've explored the power of mental rehearsal and creating vivid images of your progress, but how do you translate these mental images into concrete, actionable steps? There's another crucial element in the journey of self-driven success, one that bridges the gap between visualization and realization. Are you ready to discover the key to turning your visions into tangible achievements? Turn the page, and let's unlock the next vital component in your quest for intrinsic motivation and lasting success. Chapter 7. Intrinsic Goal Setting. Have you ever achieved a goal you thought would bring you immense satisfaction, only to feel oddly empty once you reached it? Or perhaps you found yourself tirelessly pursuing objectives that deep down don't really resonate with who you are. If so, you're not alone. Many of us fall into the trap of chasing goals that society, our peers, or even our past selves have set for us, without really questioning whether these goals align with our true desires and values. But what if there was a way to set goals that not only drive you forward, but also fill you with a sense of purpose and fulfillment every step of the way? What if the very pursuit of your goals could be as rewarding as their achievement? This chapter is about unlocking that potential within you, about discovering a method of goal setting that taps into your deepest motivations and aligns with your core values. At the heart of this chapter lies a powerful concept: intrinsic goal setting. But what exactly does this mean, and why is it so crucial for sustained motivation and personal fulfillment? To understand this, we first need to explore the difference between intrinsic and extrinsic goals. Extrinsic goals are those we pursue for external rewards or to avoid external punishments. They're often about attaining something outside of ourselves: wealth, status, or approval from others. While these goals can be powerful motivators in the short term, they often leave us feeling unfulfilled in the long run. Intrinsic goals, on the other hand, are those we pursue because they're inherently satisfying or aligned with our personal values. They're about personal growth, meaningful relationships, or contributing to something larger than ourselves. When we pursue intrinsic goals, the journey itself becomes rewarding, not just the destination. The importance of setting intrinsic goals cannot be overstated. When our goals are aligned with our intrinsic motivations, we're more likely to feel fulfilled and motivated throughout the pursuit. This isn't just about feeling good. It's about creating sustainable drive and resilience that can carry us through challenges and setbacks. Moreover, aligning our goals with our core values ensures authenticity in our pursuits. When we're true to ourselves in our goal setting, we're more likely to feel a sense of integrity and congruence in our actions. This alignment can significantly reduce internal conflict and the feeling of being pulled in different directions by competing priorities. Another key advantage of intrinsic goal setting is its flexibility. As we grow and evolve, our intrinsic goals can adapt with us. This flexibility allows for personal growth and adaptability, ensuring that our goals remain relevant and motivating even as our circumstances change. But how do we identify our intrinsic goals? It starts with deep self-reflection. What activities make you lose track of time? What kind of work or pursuits leave you feeling energized rather than drained? What values do you hold most dear? These questions can help guide you towards goals that are truly intrinsic to who you are. It's also helpful to examine your current goals and ask yourself why you're pursuing them. If the answer is primarily about external rewards or avoiding negative consequences, it might be an extrinsic goal. If, however, the pursuit itself brings you joy or aligns with your values, it's likely an intrinsic goal. Once you've identified your intrinsic goals, the next step is to ensure they align with your core values. This alignment is crucial for maintaining long-term motivation and avoiding internal conflicts. Start by clearly defining your core values, the principles that guide your decisions and behaviors. Then, examine each of your goals in light of these values. Ask yourself, does this goal support or conflict with my core values? If there's a conflict, it might be time to reevaluate the goal. Remember, it's okay to let go of goals that no longer serve you or align with who you are. This process of alignment isn't about limitation. It's about focusing your energy on pursuits that truly matter to you. As you work on aligning your goals with your values, you might discover some misalignments. This is a normal part of the process and an opportunity for growth. Take the time to reflect on why these misalignments exist. Are you holding on to outdated goals? Have your values shifted over time? Use these insights to refine your goals and ensure they truly reflect who you are and what you want to achieve. Now, you might be familiar with the concept of SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. While this framework is useful, we can adapt it to better suit our focus on intrinsic motivation. Let's revisit each element with an intrinsic focus. Specific. Instead of just defining what you want to achieve, specify why it matters to you personally. Measurable. Consider measuring your progress, not just in external metrics, but in terms of personal growth and satisfaction. Achievable. Set goals that stretch you but are within reach, fostering a sense of competence as you progress. Relevant. Ensure your goals are deeply relevant to your values and long-term vision for yourself. Time-bound. Set timelines, but be flexible. The focus is on steady progress, not rigid deadlines. By adapting the SMART framework in this way, we can set goals that not only drive us forward, but also inspire us intrinsically. The key is to create goals that excite you when you think about them, that align with your vision of your best self. One of the most powerful shifts you can make in your goal-setting approach is to embrace the process over outcomes. This doesn't mean that outcomes aren't important, but rather that we find joy and satisfaction in the journey itself. When we're too focused on the end result, we miss out on the growth, learning, and small victories along the way. Finding joy in the journey means celebrating the small steps, the daily efforts, the moments of insight and progress. It's about appreciating the person you're becoming as you work towards your goals, not just the achievements you're accumulating. This shift in focus also changes how we measure success. Instead of solely looking at end results, we can measure success by the skills we're developing, the insights we're gaining, and the ways we're growing as individuals. This broader view of success can help maintain motivation even when tangible results are slow to materialize. Cultivating a learning orientation is crucial in this process-focused approach. See each challenge as an opportunity to learn and grow. Embrace mistakes as valuable feedback rather than failures. This mindset not only makes the journey more enjoyable, but also more fruitful, as you're constantly evolving and improving. Regular goal review and adjustment is another vital aspect of intrinsic goal setting. Our lives are constantly changing, and our goals should evolve with us. Set regular check-ins with yourself to review your goals. Are they still aligned with your values and desires? Are they still challenging you in the right ways? Being flexible with your goals doesn't mean you're uncommitted. Rather, it shows that you're attuned to your own growth and changing circumstances. If a goal no longer serves you or aligns with your values, it's okay to adjust or even let it go. This flexibility allows you to stay true to yourself while still pushing forward. Remember to celebrate your progress and growth along the way. Acknowledgement of how far you've come can be a powerful motivator to keep going. Celebration doesn't have to be grand. It can be as simple as taking a moment to reflect on your growth or sharing your progress with a supportive friend. To help you put these concepts into practice, try some practical exercises. Create an intrinsic versus extrinsic goals identification worksheet. List your current goals and reflect on whether they're primarily intrinsic or extrinsic. For the extrinsic ones, see if you can reframe them or replace them with more intrinsic alternatives. Engage in a values alignment goal-setting exercise. Write down your core values, then set goals that directly support each of these values. This ensures that your goals are deeply meaningful to you. Use an intrinsic SMART goals template to set goals that are not only well-structured, but also deeply motivating. Remember to focus on the why behind each goal and how it aligns with your values. Start a process appreciation journal. Regularly write about what you're learning, how you're growing, and the small victories you're experiencing as you work towards your goals. This practice can help shift your focus to the journey and maintain your intrinsic motivation. As you implement these intrinsic goal-setting strategies, you may experience a range of outcomes. At a minimum, you're likely to gain clarity on goals that truly reflect your personal values. This alone can bring a sense of purpose and direction to your efforts. With consistent practice, you may find yourself experiencing high levels of motivation and satisfaction as you pursue your intrinsic goals. The alignment between your actions and your values can bring a sense of authenticity and fulfillment to your daily life. The best possible outcome is the achievement of deeply meaningful goals that contribute to your long-term fulfillment. But remember, in the world of intrinsic goal setting, the achievement is just the cherry on top. The real reward is the person you become and the life you create in pursuit of these meaningful goals. Of course, intrinsic goal setting isn't without its challenges. You might find yourself setting goals influenced by external pressures without realizing it. The solution is to regularly reassess your goals, always asking yourself why you're pursuing them and whether they truly align with your values. You might also struggle with motivation when you don't see immediate results. In these moments, it's crucial to shift your focus back to the process. Remind yourself of the growth and learning you're experiencing. Celebrate the small steps and the ways you're developing as a person. Another common challenge is difficulty adjusting goals when circumstances change. Remember, flexibility is strength, not weakness. Embrace changes as opportunities for growth and view goal adjustments as positive steps towards better alignment with your evolving self. As you continue to practice intrinsic goal setting, you'll likely find that your motivation becomes more stable and sustainable. You'll be driven not by external pressures or fleeting rewards, but by a deep sense of purpose and alignment with your true self. This intrinsic motivation can carry you through challenges and setbacks, keeping you committed to your path even when the going gets tough. Remember, intrinsic goal setting is a skill that develops over time. Be patient with yourself as you learn to tune into your intrinsic motivations and align your goals with your deepest values. With practice, this approach to goal setting can transform not just what you achieve, but who you become in the process. As we conclude this chapter on intrinsic goal setting, you might be wondering how to ensure that you stay on track with these deeply meaningful goals. We've explored the power of aligning your objectives with your core values and finding fulfillment in the journey itself. But how do you maintain this focus and motivation over the long haul? There's another crucial element in the journey of self-driven success, one that can help you stay committed and energized even in the face of challenges or distractions. Are you ready to discover the key to sustaining your motivation and progress over time? Turn the page and let's uncover the final piece of the puzzle in your quest for lasting, intrinsic motivation. Chapter 8: Meaningful Feedback Loops. Have you ever felt like you're working hard towards your goals, but you're not quite sure if you're making progress? Or perhaps you've achieved something significant, but the satisfaction was fleeting, leaving you unsure of what to do next. If so, you're not alone. Many of us struggle with maintaining momentum and motivation, especially when the path to our goals is long and challenging. But what if there was a way to consistently fuel your motivation, track your progress, and celebrate your achievements along the way? What if you could create a system that not only keeps you on track, but also enhances your self-awareness and personal growth? This chapter is about unlocking that potential within you, about discovering a method that can transform your journey towards your goals into a rewarding and self-reinforcing experience. At the heart of this chapter lies a powerful concept: meaningful feedback loops. But what exactly are these loops, and why are they so crucial for sustained motivation and personal development? To understand this, we first need to explore the nature of feedback itself and its role in our personal growth journey. Feedback, in its essence, is information about our performance or progress that we can use to make adjustments and improvements. It's like a mirror that reflects our actions and their outcomes, allowing us to see ourselves and our efforts more clearly. But not all feedback is created equal. The most powerful feedback is timely, specific, and relevant to our goals and values. In the context of personal development and motivation, feedback serves as a crucial motivational tool. It helps us understand where we are in relation to where we want to be, what's working well, and what needs adjustment. Without feedback, we're essentially operating in the dark, unsure if our efforts are moving us in the right direction. But here's where things get interesting. While external feedback from others can be valuable, internal feedback, the kind we generate ourselves, can be even more powerful. Why? Because it's constant, immediate, and deeply personal. When we learn to provide meaningful feedback to ourselves, we become our own coach, cheerleader, and guide. This is where the concept of feedback loops comes in. A feedback loop is a process where the outputs of a system are routed back as inputs, creating a circuit of cause and effect. In the context of personal development, this means creating a system where our actions, their outcomes, and our reflections on those outcomes continuously inform and refine our future actions. But why are these feedback loops so important? First and foremost, they reinforce desired behaviors and progress. When we consistently notice and acknowledge our efforts and achievements, we're more likely to repeat those positive behaviors. It's like creating a virtuous cycle of action and recognition that propels us forward. Moreover, the process of self-monitoring that's inherent in these feedback loops promotes accountability and self-awareness. When we regularly check in with ourselves and track our progress, we become more attuned to our patterns, strengths, and areas for improvement. This heightened self-awareness is a powerful tool for personal growth and motivation. Finally, when we incorporate personal rewards into our feedback loops, we enhance our intrinsic motivation. These rewards don't have to be big or external. Often, the most powerful rewards are the feelings of accomplishment and progress that come from recognizing our own growth and achievements. So, how can we create these meaningful feedback loops in our own lives? It starts with developing effective self-monitoring techniques. One powerful method is journaling for reflection. This doesn't have to be elaborate. Even a few minutes of writing each day can provide valuable insights into your thoughts, feelings, and progress. When journaling, focus on both your actions and your reflections on those actions. What did you do today towards your goals? How did it feel? What went well, and what could be improved? Over time, these reflections can reveal patterns and insights that might not be apparent in the moment. In our digital age, there are also numerous tools and apps that can aid in self-monitoring. These can range from simple habit trackers to more comprehensive personal development platforms. The key is to find tools that work for you and that you'll actually use consistently. Establishing routine check-ins is another crucial aspect of self-monitoring. These can be daily, weekly, or even monthly reviews where you assess your progress, celebrate your wins, and plan for the future. The regularity of these check-ins helps create a rhythm of reflection and adjustment that keeps you aligned with your goals. Beyond self-monitoring, developing reflective practices is crucial for creating meaningful feedback loops. This involves not just tracking what you do, but deeply considering the implications of your actions and experiences. Daily and weekly reflections can help you process your experiences and extract valuable lessons. When reflecting, it's important to analyze both your successes and your challenges. What led to your successes? How can you replicate those conditions? When you face challenges, what can you learn from them? How might you approach similar situations differently in the future? Learning from experiences is a key part of this reflective process. Every experience, whether perceived as positive or negative, contains valuable information. By regularly reflecting on your experiences, you can accelerate your learning and growth, turning every day into an opportunity for improvement. Another crucial element of meaningful feedback loops is developing personal reward systems. These rewards serve to reinforce positive behaviors and progress, enhancing your intrinsic motivation. But it's important to identify rewards that are truly meaningful to you. Think about what genuinely makes you feel good and aligns with your values and goals. It could be something as simple as taking time for a favorite hobby or as significant as planning a special trip. The key is that the reward feels genuinely satisfying and reinforcing to you. However, it's important to strike a balance with rewards. While they can be powerful motivators, we don't want to become overly reliant on them. The goal is to use rewards to enhance our intrinsic motivation, not to replace it. Over time, you may find that the satisfaction of progress and growth becomes its own reward. Continuous improvement strategies are another vital component of meaningful feedback loops. This involves setting up your feedback systems in a way that not only tracks progress, but actively promotes growth. It's about creating a culture of self-improvement where you're constantly looking for ways to refine your approach and enhance your skills. One effective strategy is to regularly set new challenges for yourself based on your feedback. If you notice you're consistently meeting your goals in one area, how can you stretch yourself further? If you're struggling in another area, what small incremental improvements can you focus on? Implementing adjustments based on your feedback is crucial. Feedback is only valuable if we act on it. Make it a habit to regularly review your feedback and make concrete plans for how you'll adjust your approach based on what you've learned. To help you put these concepts into practice, try some practical exercises. Start by creating daily self-monitoring logs. These can be simple records of your actions, thoughts, and feelings related to your goals. The act of consistently tracking this information can provide valuable insights over time. Experiment with reflective journaling prompts. These could be questions like, "What am I most proud of today?" or "What's one thing I learned from a challenge I faced?" These prompts can guide your reflections and help you extract meaningful insights from your experiences. Develop a personal reward system planner. List out potential rewards that genuinely excite you and link them to specific milestones or behaviors you want to reinforce. Remember, the rewards should enhance, not replace, your intrinsic motivation. Create a continuous improvement action plan. Based on your reflections and feedback, what specific actions can you take to improve? How will you implement these improvements, and how will you measure their effectiveness? As you implement these feedback loops, you may experience a range of outcomes. At a minimum, you're likely to gain increased self-awareness and better tracking of your progress. This alone can be transformative, as it brings clarity to your journey and helps you make more informed decisions. With consistent practice, you may find your motivation significantly enhanced through meaningful self-feedback. The regular acknowledgement of your efforts and progress can fuel your drive and help you stay committed to your goals, even when faced with challenges. The best possible outcome is achieving continuous personal growth and sustained intrinsic motivation. In this state, personal development becomes a self-perpetuating cycle where your actions, reflections, and adjustments continuously propel you forward, driven by a deep internal desire for growth and achievement. Of course, implementing meaningful feedback loops isn't without its challenges. You might struggle with consistency in self-monitoring, especially at first. The solution is to set regular reminders and integrate your feedback practices into your daily routine. Start small. Even a few minutes of reflection each day can make a big difference. You might also find yourself setting ineffective or superficial rewards. If this happens, take time to reassess what truly motivates you. Choose rewards that are not only enjoyable, but also support your larger goals and values. Another common pitfall is becoming overly critical during self-assessment. Remember, the goal of feedback is growth, not self-punishment. Practice self-compassion and focus on constructive feedback. Celebrate your progress, learn from your setbacks, and always look for ways to improve rather than berate yourself. As you continue to refine your feedback loops, you'll likely find that your intrinsic motivation becomes more stable and self-sustaining. You'll become more attuned to your own progress and growth, deriving satisfaction not just from achieving end goals, but from the process of continuous improvement itself. Remember, creating meaningful feedback loops is a skill that develops over time. Be patient with yourself as you experiment with different techniques and find what works best for you. With practice, these feedback loops can become a powerful engine for personal growth, propelling you towards your goals with ever-increasing momentum. As we conclude this chapter on meaningful feedback loops, you might be wondering how to sustain this momentum over the long term. We've explored the power of self-monitoring, reflection, and personal reward systems in fueling your motivation and growth. But how do you maintain this drive and commitment, not just for weeks or months, but for years or even a lifetime? There's one final piece to the puzzle of intrinsic motivation, a mindset that can transform your entire approach to personal development and success. Are you ready to discover the key to making motivation and growth a lifelong journey? Turn the page and let's explore the final crucial element in your quest for lasting, self-driven success. Chapter 9. Embracing the journey. As we reach the final chapter of our exploration into intrinsic motivation and self-driven success, it's time to zoom out and consider the bigger picture. Throughout this book, we've delved into various strategies and techniques to ignite your inner spark, align your goals with your values, build self-efficacy, create autonomy, master tasks, visualize progress, set intrinsic goals, and create meaningful feedback loops. But all of these tools and techniques are part of something much larger, something that has the power to transform not just your achievements, but your entire approach to life. This final chapter is about embracing the journey of personal growth and development as a lifelong adventure. It's about recognizing that the path to success and fulfillment isn't a straight line with a clear endpoint, but rather a winding road of continuous discovery and evolution. It's about shifting your focus from reaching a destination to savoring and learning from every step along the way. But why is this mindset so crucial? and how can it sustain your intrinsic motivation over the long haul? To understand this, let's first consider how the concepts you've learned throughout this book can empower you. By now, you've developed an enhanced ability to self-motivate and achieve your goals. You're no longer at the mercy of external motivators or fleeting bursts of inspiration. Instead, you've tapped into a wellspring of intrinsic motivation that can fuel your efforts consistently and sustainably. Moreover, you've likely noticed a boost in your confidence and self-efficacy. As you've practiced these techniques and seen their results, you've strengthened your belief in your ability to shape your life and achieve your aspirations. This newfound self-assurance empowers you to take control of both your personal and professional life in ways you might not have thought possible before. But the impact of what you've learned extends beyond just your individual achievements. These concepts have the power to transform your relationships as well. Through increased self-awareness, you're better equipped to communicate your needs, desires, and boundaries. You're more in tune with your own motivations and values, which allows you to express yourself more authentically and connect more deeply with others. Furthermore, as you embody these principles of intrinsic motivation and self-driven success, you become an inspiration to those around you. Your ability to pursue your goals with passion and resilience can motivate others to do the same. You might find yourself naturally taking on mentorship roles or becoming a source of support and encouragement for friends, family, or colleagues on their own journeys of personal growth. Now, let's consider what you're capable of achieving now that you couldn't do before. You're now equipped to set and pursue goals that are deeply aligned with your intrinsic motivations. This means you're no longer chasing objectives that look good on paper but leave you feeling empty inside. Instead, you're pursuing goals that resonate with your core values and bring you genuine fulfillment. You've also developed the resilience and confidence to overcome obstacles that might have deterred you in the past. Setbacks and challenges are no longer roadblocks, but opportunities for growth and learning. This resilience allows you to maintain your motivation and progress even when faced with difficulties or unexpected changes. Perhaps most importantly, you've learned to maintain sustained motivation without relying on external factors. You're no longer dependent on praise, rewards, or fear of punishment to drive your efforts. Instead, you're propelled forward by your own internal drive, a much more reliable and satisfying source of motivation. As you continue to practice the concepts from this book, you'll likely find that your results improve with less and less effort over time. This is because many of these practices will become second nature, requiring less conscious effort to implement. The strategies for goal setting, self-reflection, and maintaining motivation will become ingrained habits, seamlessly integrated into your daily life. Moreover, as you master these techniques, you'll become more efficient in their application. You'll develop an intuitive sense of which strategies to use in different situations, allowing you to navigate challenges and pursue opportunities with greater ease and effectiveness. This leads to a phenomenon known as compound growth in personal development. Just as compound interest can lead to exponential growth in financial investments, consistent application of these personal development strategies can lead to exponential growth in your capabilities and achievements. Each small improvement builds on the last, creating a powerful momentum that can carry you to heights you might once have thought impossible. But to truly harness the long-term benefits of what you've learned, it's crucial to adopt a lifelong learning mindset. This means viewing your personal growth not as a finite task to be completed, but as an ongoing journey of discovery and improvement. It's about staying curious, remaining open to new ideas and perspectives, and continually seeking out new challenges that stretch your abilities. This mindset is particularly important in our rapidly changing world. The ability to adapt to change is no longer just an asset, it's a necessity. By embracing flexibility and developing strategies for navigating change, you ensure that you can maintain your motivation and continue to thrive even during periods of transition or uncertainty. Building resilience is another crucial aspect of sustaining your growth and motivation over the long term. This involves developing coping mechanisms for dealing with stress and setbacks, learning to extract valuable lessons from your failures, and strengthening your emotional fortitude. With strong resilience, you're better equipped to bounce back from difficulties and maintain your forward momentum. While much of what we've discussed focuses on individual growth, it's important to remember the role of community and connections in your journey. Fostering relationships with like-minded individuals can provide invaluable support, inspiration, and opportunities for collaboration. Engaging with a community that shares your commitment to personal growth can amplify your efforts and open up new avenues for development that you might not have discovered on your own. As we look to the future, it's valuable to set long-term intentions for your ongoing growth and development. These aren't rigid plans, but rather guiding principles that can help steer your efforts over time. Continue to apply the self-coaching strategies you've learned, adapting them as needed to suit your evolving needs and circumstances. Consider crafting an ongoing personal development plan, not as a fixed roadmap, but as a living document that evolves with you. This plan might include areas you want to develop, new skills you want to acquire, or experiences you want to have. Remember to keep it flexible and aligned with your intrinsic motivations. Now, as we reach the end of this book, it's time to reveal the ultimate payoff of embracing this journey of continuous growth and intrinsic motivation. The true power of what you've learned lies not in any single achievement or milestone, but in the person you become through this ongoing process of growth and self-discovery. By committing to this journey, you're not just improving your skills or achieving your goals, you're continually evolving into the best version of yourself. You're cultivating a deep sense of purpose and fulfillment that comes not from external validation or achievements, but from living in alignment with your values and continually stretching your potential. This journey transforms how you experience life itself. Challenges become opportunities for growth. Setbacks become valuable lessons. Every day becomes an adventure in self-discovery and improvement. You'll find yourself approaching life with a sense of curiosity, enthusiasm, and resilience that can weather any storm. Moreover, as you progress on this path, you become a beacon of inspiration for others. Your growth and success create a ripple effect, positively impacting those around you and potentially influencing far more lives than you might imagine. You become a living example of what's possible when someone fully embraces their potential for growth and self-driven success. In essence, by embracing this journey, you're not just changing what you do or what you achieve, you're transforming who you are at your core. You're becoming someone who is continuously evolving, always learning, deeply fulfilled, and intrinsically motivated. This transformation is the ultimate reward, one that will enrich every aspect of your life and continue to pay dividends long after you've closed the pages of this book. So as you move forward from here, remember, the journey of growth and self-discovery you've embarked upon doesn't end with the conclusion of this book. In fact, this is just the beginning. You now have the tools, the knowledge, and the mindset to continue this journey indefinitely, constantly uncovering new depths of your potential and new heights of personal fulfillment. Embrace this journey with open arms. Celebrate your progress, learn from your setbacks, and always keep pushing the boundaries of what you believe is possible. The greatest adventure of your life, the adventure of becoming your best self, is just beginning. But as you embark on this path of intrinsic motivation and self-driven success, you may find yourself facing a new challenge: how to strategically navigate the complex landscape of personal and professional growth. To truly maximize the potential of what you've learned, you'll need to develop a keen strategic mindset. The key to unlocking this next level of success lies in mastering the art of strategic thinking. Discover how to crack this code and elevate your journey in the audiobook Cracking the Code of Success, Mastering Strategic Thinking. Tap the center of the video now to continue your transformation journey.